Welcome to the Kohinoor Business Expo presented by M Space Invisible Grills, who is our platinum sponsor, and Pavani RMC and Air Vision, who are our gold sponsors. We thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce to the room Mr. JVC Sriram, who is the founder and CEO of Aura Leadership Foundation, which was established in March 2000 with the mission to inspire and empower and energize people to produce peak performances. He is the master franchisee of Ascentive in South India and Goa. Mr. Sriram is an international keynote speaker, thought leader, business consultant, corporate training guru, business coach, networking expert, and a former BNI director. He has put in over 1 lakh professional development hours of training people in Europe, Africa, and Asia. He is a certified network trainer from Los Angeles, USA. Mr. Sriram is one of the most powerful speakers in the world. His voice and awesome energy in training delivery is something that you're about to experience now. It is for this reason that he is considered as one of the most distinguished communicators in the corporate world. We are fortunate we have him here with us today. Mr. Sriram has been retained by top-notch global corporates to build world-class sales team, and he has developed path-breaking training models such as BTOPS leadership, winning in selling, known for service, beyond your comfort zone, etc. He is passionate to help entrepreneurs, and he is inspired, that has inspired him to bring Ascentive to India. Ascentive is a world-class referral marketing consulting, training and coaching firm founded by Dr. Ivan Meisner and Mike Macedonia. Mr. Sriram has trained over several CEOs, top managers, chartered accountants, senior doctors, police personnel, IT professionals, management professionals from top business schools and others across 3 continents. He's trained over 10,000 chartered accountants in India, Dubai, and Europe. He is retained training consultant for large companies in Asia, East Africa, and Europe. His base is in Hyderabad and travels across the globe to offer his speaking, training, and coaching strategic consulting services. This is not all. He is a person who believes in giving back to the society. He is also doing active social work and a trustee with 2 charitable trusts, engaging, providing support for education to underprivileged children. Without further ado, I hand over the mic to Mr. Sriram. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Jagruti. Thank you so much. I hope I'm on the speaker view right now. All right. So it's my pleasure to be part of this event hosted by BNI Kohinoor, Kohinoor Business Festival, or in this times to have the vision and conviction to do something of this kind itself is amazing. So let me not take much time. It's been an exhaustive introduction. In fact, I was a little, I can't say anything, of an elaborate introduction that you had given. So let me just jump into the presentation. So I've been told that I have 30 minutes of time for this presentation. And then if you have any queries or questions, I would be more than happy to answer to you. So now, let's understand a few things before we move along. I think for every one of us in this globe, in this planet Earth, this has been an event which changed the dynamics of everything. When I say everything, it's not just about business, it's about the way everything functions in this world has gone through a change. And my experience has been, I actually rushed back to India on March 20th, knowing pretty well that we are going to be in for a prolonged lockdown. And I was in Kenya actually. And when I came to India, the first few days, I was in absolutely fear zone because I was coming from an other country and I had passed through Dubai. So I was also in the fear zone, like many of them. But quickly, by sometime in the first week of April, I got a call from a client saying that, Sriram, you need to address our people because there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of stress. We don't know where we are heading towards. A large corporate organization asked me to address them, and I addressed them. And from there began a journey. In fact, I'm extremely happy to share with you because that April 9th, if I'm right, was the turning point of my life. Because that's when I decided that well, there is so much of stress, there is so much of panic, there is going to be a lot of unemployment, there are going to be companies which are going to close down, there are MSMEs which are going to shut down. Sriram, why are you starting in a negative manner? No, I'm not in a negative manner. There is nothing positive or negative to look at. This old school of thoughts of think positive about everything, be an optimist, that doesn't work now. Now we have to be a realist. Now we have to look at things in the face value. We will have to be action doers, because it's going to be 30 minutes, so I'm going a little fast. So if you want me to stop anywhere, please feel free to stop. So the old school of thoughts, what we have read, what has been taught in business schools, what has been told to us, it's all gone out of the window. This, let mark my words, this is not another event. This is not another calamity. Because we have seen earthquakes, we have seen hurricanes, we have seen tsunamis. They have been localized to one geography, and they lasted only for a few days. You may be criticizing the government, but governments are not designed to operate in this manner. So what did I do? What gives me an authority to come and speak on this topic? When Nagaraj, your director, asked me on Sunday afternoon, because I called Nagaraj for a different, he had called me for a different reason, and I had called him for a different reason, and neither of us could connect to each other. So I called him so that he becomes the first person to receive something from me. And he called me to ask me to come and speak here. I said, I'm more than happy. So starting April 9th, and I'm just sharing with you nothing more, I'm not here to market or sell or anything of that kind. I'm here to just share with you my experiences. I can tell you that God has been kind enough to show me this direction, to show me this path, where I said, next 100 days, I will have to bring some light to the world. So I plunged into writing this book, The No Reference Point, which is what I wanted Nagaraj to be the first person recipient of the book, and he was kind enough to accept it. Okay, so it brought me in conversation with business leaders across the world, from that of the Microsoft to Walmart's to name the company. It brought me in conversation to all of them. I could understand what was making some of the companies tick, because we found out that there are companies which have done 29% operating profit margin in the month of April, May, and June in India. And we studied it. Because at the end of this exercise, I want to tell you, because you are business owners, you are entrepreneurs, you are BNI members, now you should know where your marketing efforts should go and where you should have a red flag when you're supplying to those companies. Okay, Sriram, we need to support everybody. We need to support everybody. Today, cash is the queen, king, ace. Jack, queen, king, ace is cash. Your cash in hand is worth more than anything else. As a result of which, if your cash is going to be stuck with some of the companies and you're chasing for outstandings, that's going to cause disruption. So I'm going to keep my presentation very swift and smart. I'm going to share a few important points which I feel could be critical at this point in time, and what you can implement. And then I want to share with you the sectors where if you're not focused, if you do not have them on your client list, let the next 30 seconds presentation of yours ask in the next meeting. I don't know when Kohinoor meets. Kohinoor meets on which day? If any one of you can let me know, just unmute and let me know.
Wednesday.
Wednesday morning, Wednesday, 8 o'clock, be ready with your 30-second asking for a connection in these sectors. Because this is where the money is. And this is where you need to move along. Okay, amidst the lockdown, I am doing training programs every day. I'm not joking. I had a program in the morning. I have a program tomorrow morning, afternoon, day after tomorrow. Today, I have another session in the evening. No, because I have been able to identify, okay, this is the sector. This is the sector making profit. Now, who's making profit? Chase them. Who's making losses? You can help them, but you can't do business with them. Okay. Business is different. Helping is different, right? So quickly, in fact, I think, this is a one statement which I want to share with you, and then I'll move on. I've always believed that if you wait until tough times are over, your business will be over. From the calamity of the pandemic, opportunities do arise. JVC Sriram shows out. That's what he's saying. So I don't want you to look at the remaining thing. I want you to look at the first two lines of Ivan Meissner. Ivan says, I've always believed that if you wait until tough times are over, your business will be over. My dear friend, this is the time to act. Where do I act? Where do I start? And some of you may be saying, in fact, Nagaraj was telling me, Sriram sir, businesses are bleeding. Last Sunday, he made the same statement. Businesses are bleeding. So what do I do? If you are looking at a 6 months perspective, 1 year perspective, if you are looking for vaccine, if you are saying that the day vaccine comes, I will get into the full mode, sorry, my dear friend. There was a 15-year-old boy who was stuck in the forest, and he was holding a landan on his left hand and was holding fire stick on his right hand on his head, and he was standing still in the forest. It was evening time, sun was setting, animals had already started to make noise. And seeing this boy standing still, an old man who was passing by approached him and asked, "What are you doing here? What are you doing here? Animals are going to come. It's getting dark. Move on." The boy said, "Uncle, I know that, but my house is 15 kilometers away. And the landan I am having in my hand can show me light only for the next 150 meters. But I need to reach 15 kilometers. I don't know how I can walk." The old man looked at him and said, "Beta, you can go as far as you can see. From there, you can see further. Walk the next 150 meters. And after having reached 150 meters, you will see the next 150 meters. And by seeing every 150 meters and walking that 150 meters, you will reach the 15th kilometer, which is your destination." My dear friend, you do not know. It's not true that we don't know what would happen tomorrow. But what we do know is what we can do today. So what is that you can do today? You can go as far as you can see, and from there you can see further. Do not even think about long-term goals. Do not think about what is going to happen by December 2020. Do not read much of newspapers. Stop watching television. I will give you a simple formula. Get up in the morning, take a piece of paper, write yourself, what are my objectives for the day? Not more than 5 objectives, 3 better. What are my 5 objectives for the day? No excuses. What are my 3 objectives for the day? Or even what is my 1 objective for the day? In fact, that's the reason I'm telling you, because I have the authority. I did that in those 100 days. Between April 20th and June 20th, there is 2 months, my book was completed, because every day I would sit and say, okay, today I'm going to have an interview with the partner of EY in United Kingdom. Today I'm going to have, and I will write 3,000 words. That's all. Objective. Number 1, objective. Number 2, at the end of the day, ask yourself, what was the outcome? And outcomes can be of 2 types. 1, outcomes are independent of the world, and outcomes are dependent on the world. What is independent of the world and dependent on the world? Independent of the world is you want to develop a new product. You want to develop a presentation. You want to jog for 50 minutes. This is an outcome which is independent of the world's intervention. But there is a second type of outcome, which is you are depending upon the world. Like, say, you are expecting a payment from your client. So at that point in time, always keep in mind 4 things, the 4 mantras of outcomes. 1, you can get exactly what you want. Number 2, you can get less than what you want. Number 3, you can get more than what you want. Number 4, you can get exact opposite of what you want. You wanted a payment of 10 lakhs to be collected from your client. You can get exactly what you want. You made a call, you visited him, you got into a Zoom call, whatever is the mode, and you got 10 lakhs. That is, you got what you wanted. You got more than what you wanted. He gave you 10 lakhs and he also asked you to supply the next thing and gave an advance of 2 lakhs, which means you got 12 lakhs with an order. You get less than what you want. You probably got 4 lakhs instead of 10 lakhs. Unfortunately, the last and 4th outcome is the guy has closed his shop and you don't know where has he gone. Okay. Now, Khel Khatam Dukan Band. Now play all the 4 in your mind. Prepare yourself for all the 4, because I'm extremely optimistic person. I'm always thinking about tomorrow. I'm a visionary. But today I'm saying that will not work. In normal times, something will work. In pandemic times, something else will work. And I titled the book No Reference Point because you don't have a reference point. What happened during Spanish flu 100 years back is not applicable today. The technology that we had then and the technology we are having now has no connection. And so O3 process. So first is objective. Second is outcome. Third is, as you are working on the objective, you will see opportunity which will emerge for the tomorrow, which will become the objectives of your tomorrow. Now, do not दिमाग पे, मन पे पूरा क्या होता है, एक साल फिर क्या होता है, 6 महीने फिर क्या होता है, next month क्या होता है, नहीं, आज है. Today you have life. Today Corona has not entered you. You have sanitized yourself. You are staying safe. Do your business for the day. But Sriram, are you not optimistic about tomorrow? I don't know about tomorrow. Nobody knows about tomorrow. In fact, I'm telling you, this is because I have a lot of my friends at Chennai. And most of my friends made a blunder. I kept telling them, follow this. And they said, May month they opened up. And I have a financier. In fact, he's just calling me here. Okay. He needs to get collection of 20 lakhs per day. Every day his collection from market has to be 20 lakhs. See then how many crores must be lying in the market. When lockdown was open, these guys were very enthusiastic. Everything was planned. Okay, now we are going, because they started getting at least around 35,000 per day. They started collecting. But as they were moving on, Chennai went into an extended lockdown. All his plans went for a toss. So I don't want you to get stuck as a business owner. Take one step at a time. You can go as far as you can see, and from there, you can see further. Number one. No point in looking behind or thinking too far ahead. In fact, be an action person, doer. No, too much of thing. I'll tell you one thing. Too much of analysis leads to paralysis. Too much of analysis leads to paralysis. This is not the time to analyze. This is the time to act. I don't even know whether me writing a book was a great thing or not a great thing. It was a decision which was taken like that. I was writing another book on public speaking. And suddenly one evening I thought, amidst this pandemic where everybody is at home, where is the question of going and speaking in public? Public itself is not there. Then where is the question of public speaking? Okay. I said, this is the need of the hour. Get into it. So no point. Don't look far. Don't look behind. What has happened? Oh, Sriram is saying O3 process. If I had done from April 9th itself till today, I would have achieved a lot of results. No problem. Start today. Objective, outcome, opportunity. And you will dramatically start seeing results. But Sriram, 5 objectives are there. Only 2 are fulfilled. It's okay. Don't be greedy now. Don't be greedy. Not a time to be greedy. In fact, even people who are greedy lost a lot of money. In fact, many people asked me to get into those businesses. I didn't get into. There was a time where masks, selling N95 masks was a big business, but it became like a share market. I know of people who bought it at 310 rupees, kept it, and now it is going at less than 170 rupees. But somebody was asking you at 260 rupees, you are not willing to give, and now you don't know what to do with the mask. And this guy is waiting for another lockdown to come. Another lockdown will not come, don't worry. Okay. So do not look at missed opportunities and all those stuff. This is not the time for that. And don't try to swim against the trend. Make trend as your friend. In fact, former BNI director Neeraj Shah only taught me this particular thing. Make trend as your friend. What is the trend? Change is the trend. Change is always looked at as a volatile thing. Now, change is the trend. You have to change. Okay. In order to grow, you have to change. Accept change, whatever methodology it is. You know, change means I'm not saying that you have to change what you're doing. You have to change the way you're doing. A Zen disciple went to a master and asked him, Master, now that you have enlightened, but before enlightenment, what you used to do? He said, I used to chop woods and draw water from well. Now that you have enlightened, what do? I chop woods and draw water from well. He said, Hare, what master? Before enlightenment and after enlightenment, nothing has changed. So you're doing the same thing. He said, what I do has not changed. The way I do, it has changed. Now, same way, businessmen will continue to do business. I'm doing the same thing. I'm more busy than ever in my life. Nagaraj knows. Okay. No, but the point is, I've been doing speaking only. I'm doing only speaking only. But the way I used to come to probably a Park Hyatt hotel or a Kakatiya hotel and deliver, and now I'm delivering from a bedroom. No transportation charges also. Okay. So that is what it is. So changes. So look at what are the changes which are happening in your business. And because it's going to be pre-corona was survival of the fittest. Post-corona is survival of the fastest, quickest, and the swiftest to change. Have you changed? Has your delivery model changed? Has your marketing model? In fact, I'm telling you, I'm not talking from there are very big companies there. I have a friend of mine called Prasad Chaudhary, who runs his business in Tanuku. Tanuku is a small town in Andhra Pradesh, 200 crore business. He said, Sriram, all my employees are local. When the lockdown was announced, and he doesn't recruit anybody outside of Tanuku, Taluka. Taluka, that is where he recruits people, Prasad Chaudhary. And he says, Sriram, and they're a very traditional company, old company. They did everything digitized. They digitized their entire products. And they reached out. Aravind Mills, which was not giving them order for 7 years, released an order worth few crores the moment the lockdown was lifted, because these were the only guys who were ready with everything. Marketing material, because Tanuku was not under lockdown. If you know very clearly, month of May, there was not much of cases in Andhra Pradesh. So everything was smooth. So what is that? You have to change. What are the changes you need to bring in? Marketing. Have you embraced digital marketing? Have you, and please understand, the only thing which you need to do at this point in time is marketing and sales. Nothing else. Everything else can take a backseat. See, understand one thing. What is the value addition you can, in fact, a lot of, sorry, I'm telling you because this is what is the truth. A lot of Marwadi people come and ask me, you know what, as an young boy, when I enter into the business, my Bade Papa, my Tauji, my Papa doesn't listen to my point. Why? I tell them, moment you enter into the business, first thing you ask is, give me this project. Let us buy this. Let us buy one new car. Let us buy one new. So you're only talking about expenses. Now, instead, go and tell your dad, Papa, if we do this, we will get 20 crore more business. Then your Papa will give you this chair and tell you, you sit and run the business and I'm going home. Okay. Don't come with expenses list. Come with profitability list. Even if you're spending 50 rupees now, it should give you 5,000 rupees. What is that you can do to increase your business? And understand, just because you do Facebook advertisement, people will not come. Don't go by all this myth. In fact, reach out to those people whom you have good relationship with. Relationship marketing alone will work. In fact, when you put on Facebook, when you put on YouTube your product, when you put on various social media, people whom you already know, you are already in the visibility zone, you are already in the credibility zone, they will become profitable. Invisible will not become these, because most of you are BNI members here. That's why I'm using this particular language, which you will understand. Okay. So that is what you need to do. So change your approach. Don't spend money too much. Focus your entire, in fact, sit down. As a team, sit down, because you must be having at least 1 or 2 members in your business. In fact, the moment this expo is over on Monday morning, sit down and ask yourself, what are all the changes which we can bring in with least expenses? Invest only on yourself. Least expenses. And what all can be cut down can be cut down. Okay, because commercial real estate, unfortunately, commercial real estate for the next 1.5 years is going to come down. So do you need the big real estate space? Do you need such a big warehouse? Can you partner with somebody to deliver faster? Because faster delivery is required now. So all those things you need to ask. The speed of the change. Walmart, 6 days it took for them. I've already given you spinning mill example. Walmart in 6 days time came out with an application in the month of March saying that they didn't go for the best applied app developers and all. They said touchless shopping, contactless shopping. Come to our shopping mall, sit in the car. There is an app we have, and they developed the app in 6 days flat. And in 16 minutes, you can purchase and go. And they didn't go with the app developer in a big way. They internally, whomsoever they had, they used their own employees and created an app. I've already spoken about spinning mills. UPL, which is coming as a case study in my book, has come as a case study in my book. 29% operating profits increase. 20% increase in sales, 29% increase in profits. Beating the market expectations. What did they do? What did they do? They changed quickly. They came together. They said, cut the expenses, increase the sale, produce. And one of them came and said, no, we can't allow you to open the factory because there is no sanitizer in our district. In Gujarat, one of the IAS officers said. And immediately, the head of supply chain of UPL said, we don't have sanitizer, the market doesn't have sanitizer. No problem, we are a chemical company. Let's manufacture sanitizer and go and give it to the government. And they went to the proposal and told the government, think out of the box. Normal times require normal solution. Extraordinary times require extraordinary solutions. And my client whom I'm dealing with, Seedworks, 650 crore company, every day I'm doing training program for them. What did they do? In fact, they have posted the best results and profits. So these are the companies you must chase. And the last, I'm telling you, medical hospital, power of anticipation. Again, it is covered as a case study in my book, because look at it. On February 22nd, 2020. So having information alone is not enough. When WHO did not tell that a pandemic has come, when nobody in India knew that Corona is going to become a great disruptor or a worse disruptor, these guys, because they had information from Hong Kong, their investors are from Hong Kong. By February 22nd, 2020, they've actually changed their, you can see their tabs to everything touchless. They already started screening patients. So look at those changes, what you have to do in your business. So that is where it is going to come. I'm in the last 3 minutes, so I'm going to run through the last slides. What are the stress sectors? Jobs. We are moving towards gig economy. Hospitality. If you're supplying anything for hospitality, be sure you're going to do it in advance, taking advance. Aviation. If you have anything to do with aviation, it's going to be difficult. Event management is going to be extremely difficult. Automobile sales is going to take a lot of time, but if you are a used car business owner, okay, you are in the right path, my dear friend. Now you have to ensure that you have to put in money, you have to pump in money. You can go ahead and borrow money, because used car business is going to take off. People are looking to buy used car. Oil and gas, luxury retail, malls, cinemas, university. These are, when you're supplying to these people, be extremely cautious. What clients do you want? Who are the clients who's going to pay you? Who has the money? Digital products. Anybody dealing with digital products. Digital marketers, digital products. In fact, I have a client of mine, an Ascent2 Pro client, who gave 35% increase to his employee salary in the month of June. He gave. Prices are going up. Insurance products. So if you're dealing with insurance companies, great. It's moving. It's going to move up. Now, this is, if you are into B2B, look at agriculture companies. And I don't know how many of you know it or not. Hyderabad is the seed capital of India. Are you aware of that? Hyderabad is the seed capital of India. How many seed companies do you have in your client list? Are you supplying to the seed companies? If not, ask. So automatically when it is seed, fertilizer, pesticide, everything follows. Now this is going to drive the economy. Next 18 months, and added to that is the great monsoon. So Kharif is very good. So what happens? Your change can be now. In fact, you should look at, I don't know if you have any, in this expo, anybody dealing with agriculture is there as a sponsor or not. If they are there, wonderful. If not, chase them out. And they are the ones who are going to give you the money. Pharma, up to an extent. Not in a big way, it's slowly slowing down, but it will. And data sciences. People dealing with data sciences, they have a lot of money. And information technology and information technology enabled services also has, and the gaming companies. And Hyderabad is also a capital of gaming. So these are the guys whom you have to chase. Those are the guys whom you have to do business in a skeptical manner. You have to change your portfolio. In a 30 minutes time, this is what I can address. So this is going to push entrepreneurs. So Thank you very much. It is not only starting on time, I would like to end on time. And if you want to know anything more, I would be more than happy to share with you. This is my number, this is my email address and my website, and my book is No Reference Point. So because I would like to keep up the time, both in terms of start and the end. But now I'm available for you to answer any questions you have.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a really, really useful session. And it has given us a lot of insight about where to focus our energy, what is the way that we need to do business, which sectors to focus on. With that, I hand over to Mr. Balreddy, who's the Secretary Treasurer of BNI Kohinoor.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. And really, I got goosebumps by listening to your presentation. So for the benefit of visitors and viewers here today, this Kohinoor Business Expo is organized by Kohinoor chapter from BNI. BNI is the world's largest referral organization. And I would like to thank our senior director consultant, Nagaraj sir, for roping in JVC Sriram Garu for this wonderful knowledge sharing session. And I would like to hand over to Nagaraj sir for his kind words. Thank you.
Happy morning, all. Are you able to hear?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Happy morning. Thanks, Sriram sir, for accepting my invitation at the last 11th hour and sharing your information to our people, which I feel is an earmark for us because we were struck now. Basically, a lot of entrepreneurs, SMEs are stuck, and the way you have put it forward is very informative. And now we know what to do exactly. So we need to have such kind of people who can boost us, tell us what to do. So thank you, Sriram, for coming and sharing your experiences and making us to understand what to do.
Thank you. My pleasure. Yeah.
And in fact, I want to share you one thing. Sriram is my mentor, and past 1.5 years, I was continuously under mentoring program with Sriram sir. Thank you.
The room is now open to questions. Does anyone here have any questions for our guest?
It's really wonderful session, JVC Garu. We know all that VCP, but you have clearly mentioned that how to use VCP. In which way, if you use the VCP, it will be more useful. Thank you very much for eye-opener session for this Kohinoor business people.
I thank Sriram sir. It's a wonderful session. A lot of things to take away. And important thing is, as I am into jewelry, we say for diamonds as a 4 C's. And here I can say 3 O's: objective, outcome, and opportunity. It's a wonderful session. Thank you so much for a lot of insights, sir. Thank you so much.
My pleasure.
Thank you, one and all, for participating in today's session. And over to you, Rahul. You can end the session.
Yeah.
Thank you.